Welcome to Algebra 2-2, Chapter or Unit 11, Section 6.6. Today we're going to solve radical equations. I think you guys will really like these. They really make you kind of think about things, and it's just fun. I love undoing it. So same kind of process. Isolate the variable, raise each side of the equation to the same power, and then solve the polynomial equation. We're getting into some fun algebra now. I think that all the remaining units in this class are just super fun for solving equations. You will always feel competent at this, I hope. Rewind the video a lot and watch it, study it. From this unit through unit 12, that would be advised. So, and it's actually been advised the whole time. So, okay, first thing we want to do, we're going to want to get this x by himself. But as you can see, we've got a cube root over him. The only way to get rid of a cube root is to cube it. So when we rewrite this, cube root 2x plus 7 equals 3. The thing that we're going to do, and I'm going to use different colored pens so you can clearly see what we had and what we're doing to undo it. We're going to raise that to the third power to get rid of that cube. What we do on one side, we have to do on the other. Okay? So, by raising it to the cubed power, we've gotten rid of the root. Because we'd be taking it 3 times, and that would get it out of prison. So now we rewrite. We have 2x plus 7 equals 3 cubed would be 3 times 3 times 3. I hope that you've memorized that. It's 27. Now we just go ahead and solve it. Pause the video, solve it, then turn it back on and make sure you've got it. Okay. 10 is our answer. Let's check that real quickly. 10 put into this equation. 2 times 10 would be 20 plus 7 would be cube root 27, and we all know cube root of 27 is 3. So that does check. Okay, next one. Well, here, before we get to the cube root, we've got a 2 that we can take care of. So we could divide each side by 2. So we would have cube root x minus 3 equals 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now, to get rid of that cube root, again, we would cube it. That means we have to cube this side. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So that gets rid of the cube root. The cube and the cube root cancel. We get x minus 3 equals 2 times 2 times 2, you should have memorized, is 8. Now we say x minus 3, we add 3 to each side, we have x equals 11. Okay? Next problem, our tape may end up ending. I'm hoping that I can make it last, so divide by 4 on each side. Get that x alone. That would be our first step because we do multiplication before exponents. We're going up the PIMDAs. So we have x to the 3 halves equals 4 goes in there 2 times, 28 left over, so 27 times. Now switch that to a radical expression. So it would be the square root of 2 raised to 3. Okay? In order to get rid of that, raised to 3 power is, we would take the cube root of that. Take the cube root, and that would cancel the raised to the 3rd power, and we'd have the square root of x equals 3. Now, in order to get rid of the square root, we would actually raise that to a square. And that would cancel that, and we would end up with x equals 9. Okay? I want to show that in another way in class. So there's a couple other ways to look at that, so make sure and bring that one up. Let's look at some other options. Okay? Here we have x plus 1 equals the square root of 7x plus 15. First thing we do is get rid of the square root. So on each side, we're going to square it. That's the easiest way to get rid of a square root. So we squared this side. We squared this side. We end up with this one canceling the square root, so we have 7x plus 15. On this side, you actually need to multiply that polynomial out. X plus 1 times x plus 1, FOIL it. You may have it memorized because it's a perfect square. So it would be x squared, and then the outside and inside are each x's, so it's 2x. 1 times 1 is 1. Now we bring everything over and get this equal to 0, because that's how we solve with quadratics. So subtract 7x from each side. We get x squared minus 5x plus 1 equals 15. Now we get rid of the 15 over here, so we have minus 15. Minus 15. We have x squared minus 5x minus 14 equals 0.